Okay, great. So good morning, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar. Thank you for joining us. I'm Anojung. I'm an Education Mongolia advisor. I would like to briefly introduce Education USA. Education USA is a U.S. Department of State supported network that provides accurate and comprehensive, up-to-date current information about studying in the United States. And today we are very excited to host Kennesaw State University and learn more about their academic programs, campus life, and opportunities, especially scholarship opportunities, financial aids for international students. So it's my pleasure to introduce our guest speaker today, Casey Moras, who is the admissions recruiter for transfer and international enrollment services at Kennesaw State University. And Casey works closely with international students, and she helps guide them through the admissions process, transfer pathways, and preparing for studying in the United States. So we are very grateful for her time today and to share valuable information about Kennesaw State University. And before we begin our webinar, I would like to mention that the participants, the students, are welcome to ask questions during this webinar session. You can type your questions in the chat box, and we will address them during the Q&A session at the end of our webinar. And also, we have great news. I think Casey will mention this information during our webinar, because as part of Apply to College Month, Kennesaw State University is waiving the $40 application fee from March 1st to March 31st. So this means students can apply for during the entire month. So take advantage of this great opportunity and start your application today. And thank you so much. Now, without further delay, I would like to invite Casey to begin the presentation. Casey, the floor is yours. Thank you so much for joining. And
thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me. Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. My name is Casey, and I work in the international admissions at Kennesaw State University in the state of Georgia. I'm here today to talk about Kennesaw State University and about what it really means to find your college when choosing a college in the United States. This presentation is specifically designed with international students in mind, but honestly, these are questions every student should be asking. The goal isn't to tell you which college is best, but to help you figure out which college is best for you. So in this presentation, we will determine what we mean when we say finding your fit. When referring to colleges, how to accomplish this goal by reviewing various factors, and hopefully better understanding why this is so important. When students start their college search, they often focus on rankings, reputation, or what they've heard from friends or family. While these things can matter, they don't tell the full story. Fit is about how well a school matches your academic goals, your lifestyle, your personality, and your support needs. Students who find a good fit tend to feel more confident, more engaged, and more successful, both academically and personally. So one of the first and most important questions to ask is, what do I want to study and how does this school support that? Look at whether the institution offers your intended major, but also how strong the program is. You want to ensure the school you choose will help you thrive academically, which is typically by having a competitive program. What about research opportunities? Depending on your career goals, research will be vital to building your resume and skills. If you have an interest in going to graduate school, I recommend finding a college that offers research programs. Think about class sizes and access to professors. Are you the kind of student that needs to have a smaller class to thrive and understand the material? Or do you prefer larger classes with more students so you can have more perspectives and networking opportunities? Colleges will typically offer office hours where you can talk to your professor one-on-one, which helps get your questions answered outside of lecture. It's important to ask, what type of one-on-one support does your college provide? What about flexibility? If you change your major, sometimes the major you choose on your application cannot be changed. It is important to understand your options when applying to schools. Some programs might offer flexibility to do double degree programs. For example, at Kennesaw, we offer a double OWL pathway where students can complete a bachelor's and master's at the same time for a low cost. These are great opportunities to research when looking at schools. So location is more than just where a school is on the map, it shapes your daily life. Think about whether you prefer an urban, suburban, or rural setting. Do you prefer to be in a city where everything is walkable, or do you prefer to live somewhere rural where it will take you 25 minutes to drive to the closest grocery store? Or would you want to study somewhere in the middle, like in a suburb? Consider the climate. Do you prefer the temperature to be hot all year or cold all year? If you grew up somewhere warm, would you enjoy the snow in the winter or vice versa? Does the college offer transportation or would you need to bring your own vehicle? How close is your college from places like the airport, or are there companies close by where you can get an internship? What kinds of activities are there to do outside of the campus? Do you want a location that offers concerts or athletic events? For international students, especially, location can affect how connected you feel, how easy it is to travel, and what kinds of opportunities are available outside of the classroom. Cost is a major factor for many students and families, and it's important to look beyond just tuition. Consider fees, housing, meals, transportation, and health insurance. What is the total amount you will have to pay every year? Sometimes this can affect where students will choose to study because it's an important factor. For international students, costs can vary significantly depending on location. When researching the institutions, be sure to find the international rates. Also investigate scholarships, on-campus employment options, and cost of living differences. Many institutions will offer various scholarships to make attending university more affordable. I always recommend to my prospective students that they reach out to the financial aid office to have a more in-depth conversation about their opportunities. Some schools will offer campus employment as well to help reduce the total price. For example, did you know that sometimes being a residence assistant where you live in the dorms and tend to the needs of all students typically results in your housing expenses being covered? You can always apply to be a RA in your second year of school. Some regions are more expensive to live than others. Doing your research to find how much food or rent might be is important, especially if you choose to live off campus. Planning ahead financially can reduce stress later and help you focus on your studies. Oops. Okay. So college is not only about academics, it's also about community. Look at what life is like outside the classroom. Are there student organizations, clubs, or activities that interest you? What kind of academic support is available, like tutoring or advising? Strong international student services can make a huge difference in your transition and overall experience. Feeling comfortable and included on campus matters. Ask yourself, will I feel welcome here? Look at the diversity and other offerings of the university to make those feel included. Are there opportunities to celebrate your culture and learn about others? A supportive social and culture environment helps students feel at home, especially when studying far from family. Another important piece of fit is thinking about life after graduation. Look at graduation rates, internship opportunities, career placements, and alumni networks. For international students, it's especially important to understand how schools support students to achieve their goals. A good fit prepares you not just for college, but what comes next. Each institution has its own admissions requirements, so it's important to understand what's expected early on. This may include academic records, English proficiency exams, standardized tests, or additional materials like portfolios. Knowing deadlines and requirements ahead of time helps you stay organized and reduce stress during the application process. When building your college list, it's important to understand how your academic profile compares to each school's admissions requirements. Some schools may be reach institutions where admission is more competitive, while others are safety schools with your grades, test scores, and English proficiency. A strong college list includes a balance of reach, target, and safety schools, schools that challenge you, and schools where you meet or exceed the requirements. And finally, remember that you don't have to figure all of this out alone. Use college search websites, virtual tours, webinars, and college fairs to learn more. Ask questions. Admission counselors are here to help. The more research you do, the more confident you feel in finding a college that truly fits your goals and needs. When we even offer one-on-one sessions with admissions counselors and students within our office. You never know until you ask. So now that we've discussed what factors you should consider when searching for the right college fit, I'm going to talk to you about what KSU can offer. These are some of our fun facts that that can help you gain a sense of who we are. KSU is the third largest public university in Georgia with over 50,000 students enrolled. Even with a large student body, we maintain a 23-to-1 student to faculty ratio, meaning your class sizes stay personal and manageable, especially once you get into your major specific courses. We're also incredibly diverse with 700 plus international students representing 127 countries. So no matter where you're from, you'll find a community here. If you like getting involved, there are 300 student organizations, everything from cultural clubs to fraternities and sororities to recreational sports. And for my athletes or sports fans, KSU has 18 NCAA Division I teams, including baseball, basketball, football, and women's soccer. We offer 190 plus degree and certificate programs across 11 academic colleges, with popular majors being nursing, psychology, and biology. And we've recently added aerospace engineering as well. My favorite fun fact is that our dining hall is ranked number 12 out of 1,361 for best college food in America. And we have a station dedicated to international cuisine where students can share recipes from home. One of the best parts of attending KSU is our location. We do have two campuses, our Kennesaw and Marietta campus, both located in Cobb County in the Northwest Atlanta metro area. They are only 20 minutes apart, and students travel between them daily using our free shuttle, the Big Owl Bus or the Bob. It also goes to sporting events and local destinations. We're about 35 minutes from downtown Atlanta, home to many Fortune 500 companies. That means fantastic opportunities for internships, co-ops, and job shadowing. We're also roughly 45 minutes from Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport, which is the busiest airport in the world, super convenient for international flights. If you enjoy sports and concerts or festivals, Atlanta has it all. For example, Truist Park, home to our Atlanta Braves, is right nearby. Our location really gives you the best mix of campus life, city access, and professional opportunities. So here are some of our programs that we offer on our campuses. The Kennesaw campus is home to our Bagwell College of Education. It houses our elementary, middle, and secondary education degrees. Our Coles College of Business houses accounting, finance, marketing, management, cybersecurity. And a fun fact is that the business school is internationally accredited, so your degree is recognized globally. Our College of Humanities and Social Sciences houses psychology, political science, foreign languages, international affairs, anthropology, and communication. Our College of Science and Math houses our life sciences, and then our College of the Arts houses our art, music, theater, dance, and animation. And then our Wellstar College of Health and Human Services houses our nursing program, exercise science, public health, and human services. If your major falls under one of these colleges, you'll likely spend most of your time on the Kennesaw campus. Next is our Marietta campus, home to many of our STEM majors. So our College of Architecture and Construction Management is on this campus. Architecture here is an accelerated 5-year program. Compared to most institutions, it takes 6 years. You can get your architecture degree at Kennesaw in 5. College of Computing and Software Engineering houses computer science, information technology, and computer game design and development. And then our Southern Polytechnic College of Engineering and Engineering Technology houses mechanical, civil, electrical, and industrial engineering. And then we also added an aerospace engineering as well. And then our College of Science and Math is also offered on our Marietta campus. So if your major is engineering, computing, architecture, or certain STEM majors, you'll call Marietta home for your major specific courses. So, fun fact, KSU just added these two programs, a Bachelor's of Science in Aerospace Engineering we received last year, fall of 2025. And then Kennesaw will also be getting a Bachelor's of Science in Artificial Intelligence starting fall of 2026. So we are so excited to have these new programs at Kennesaw for students to apply for. So for Kennesaw State University, the following items are required to apply for admissions. You will need to complete the Common App application with as much detail as possible, including your personal information, academic history, extracurricular activities, and any leadership or special projects you have participated in. The more specifics you provide, the better we can understand your accomplishments. You will submit your transcripts from all high schools you've attended. These should reflect your complete academic record, including courses taken and grades earned. We require an official evaluation of your high school transcripts so that we can interpret your grades using a U.S. grading scale. This helps ensure your academic performance is accurately assessed in the context of U.S. admission standards. You'll submit your official standardized test scores. For many international students, these scores can also satisfy the English proficiency requirement, eliminating the need to for separate English exam. By providing all of these materials, KSU can thoroughly review your academic preparation and make a fair and informed admissions decision. As mentioned previously, we do not need letters of recommendation or essays for the general admissions process. Okay. So if you're interested in applying to KSU, KSU is participating in Apply to College Month that allows students to apply to college for free. So we are waiving the application fee for all students during the month of March. You can submit your application for free until March 31st and get that application in for free. Here is a breakdown of cost of tuition and fees for an international and in-state student. For an international student, tuition is roughly $8,652, and the standard fees are $624. So for a total for one semester, it's roughly $9,276. For an in-state student, it's roughly $2,280, and the standard fees are $624. So total for one semester would be $2,904. For I-20 purposes, international undergraduate students must show funding for tuition and fees, living expenses, miscellaneous expenses. So you must show a total of around $40,000 per year for funding. And Kennesaw State University offers scholarships and financial opportunities for eligible students. One important option is the out-of-state tuition waiver, which allows qualifying international students to pay in-state tuition rates instead of the higher international tuition. This can reduce the cost from nearly $9,200 per semester to approximately $3,000 per semester. It is a valuable opportunity to make studying at KSU more affordable and accessible. So one of the most common questions we receive is, where will you live when you get to KSU? Kennesaw State University offers on-campus housing on both the Kennesaw and Marietta campuses, and students typically live on the campus where their major is located. Housing applications are organized by student type, with separate processes for first-year students and upperclassmen. The housing website includes detailed information on our application steps, housing styles, deadlines, and pricing. On-campus housing is limited and assigned on a first-come, first-served basis, so we strongly encourage students to apply as early as possible. The fall 2026 housing application is currently open. For students who choose to live off-campus, KSU provides off-campus housing resources through a dedicated portal in partnership with off-campus partners. This portal includes apartment listings and roommate search tools. For more information about both on-campus and off-campus housing options, students are encouraged to visit the KSU Housing Resources webpage or email our Talon-1 Center, which assists with housing questions, meal plans, parking, and other various campus services at our talon1@kennesaw.edu. So the KSU Journey Honors College is a program for high-achieving, motivated students at Kennesaw State University that offers a specialized curriculum including honors courses, seminars, and undergraduate research opportunities. It provides benefits such as priority registration, specialized advising, scholarship opportunities, and access to exclusive lounges on campus. The college also supports students through various opportunities like study abroad and elite cohort programs, and it serves students in all undergraduate majors. Students apply through the Common App as a first-year student, or they can use the internal honors college application. The requirements are listed on their website. So in conclusion, when we are talking about your fit, you can think of us as a large university with many different programs. While we are big, we still prioritize one-on-one interactions between students and faculty. Our location is optimal, being in the suburbs while still having opportunities for career development and recreational activities in the city. We are also super close to the airport to help with travel. Our weather is warm, but we have seasons where the leaves change and the winters do get chilly. Between our research and extracurricular activities on campus and campus resources like our International Student and Scholar Services Department, you will be sure to find your new home at Kennesaw. We hope you found this information helpful. Our contact details are on the next slide, but please don't hesitate to ask any questions you may have.
Okay. Your presentation is done, or okay,
Yes.
great. So thank you very much, Casey, for such an informative presentation and for sharing these opportunities with our Mongolian students. Now we will move to the Q&A session. If you have any questions about admissions, programs, scholarships, or student life at Kansas State University, please type them in the chat. So I received a question. Someone asked that, does your institution offer a major in 3D modeling or visual arts?
Yes. So we do, it would be under our College of the Arts. They do digital animation. Students can work with 3D models. Also, students can also do construction management, also has programs where they can do 3D models as well and work with arts.
Okay, great. And the next question is about, so Mongol, how can my transcript be evaluated? So could you please tell us how their transcript will be evaluated? You have already mentioned in your presentation the evaluation process, right?
Yes. So students can get their transcripts evaluated through a third-party evaluation company. We accept any evaluation company through the NACES or ACES website. So they have a list of evaluation companies on those approved websites that we will accept. They'll send their transcript to the evaluation company. If it is a high school student with a high school transcript and diploma, the student will need to have a document by document evaluation report with their GPA or grade point average. So we will see their grade point average and then check to make sure that it meets our minimum, which is a 2.5 for first year students. So that evaluation will show us the equivalent of a US education.
Thank you. And could you please tell us if there are any additional scholarships available?
Yes. So once the student is accepted, I mentioned that they can apply for the out-of-state tuition waiver for international students on the F1 visa. This is a very popular waiver. Like I mentioned in the presentation, it converts the students' international fees to in-state fees. So instead of it being the 8,000 for international students, if they receive the waiver, it would be roughly 3,000 for an in-state student. So it helps reduce the cost. There is requirements for the waiver that they will see on the website once they're accepted. We also offer students can also apply for merit-based scholarships. So once accepted, they will have access to Scholarship Universe, which is an approved database with verified scholarships, merit-based scholarships that students can apply for. Kennesaw does not offer any full ride scholarships, but students can stack scholarships, which means if they apply for multiple scholarships and are awarded multiple scholarships, they can apply that towards their tuition and fees.
Thank you. So as it is school time right now in Mongolia. Many students will likely watch this Facebook Live later, so I will also be asking a few questions on their behalf.
Okay.
So, what resources or tools would you recommend for students who are trying to shortlist universities that match their academic goals and budget?
So I would recommend that they search for schools that are within their budget. So if they have a budget of how much they're willing to pay for school, make sure that it fits within their budget. Checking the websites to make sure that the schools that they're applying for, looking at their admissions requirements, seeing if their GPA or if their academic profile meets what the school is looking for.
So next question is for students who are not sure about their major, what advice would you give them selecting a university, when selecting a university?
So I recommend that they have an interest of what they kind of want to do. I know most institutions offer programs, they're called interdisciplinary studies. So it's kind of a broader major that students can apply for, and it helps them kind of figure out what they're looking for. There also are a lot of institutions that offer students what we call an undeclared major, which means when they apply, if they're not sure what major they are interested in, they can click undeclared. And then once they get to college, they'll speak with an academic advisor about what kind of career path they're looking for, and helps narrow down what program they're interested in as they get into college.
Thank you. And next question is, how can students determine whether a large university or a small college is the benefit fit for them?
So
Which is the better fit for them?
So it really depends on the student whether they want a larger institution or a smaller institution. Each student is different. So if they want a larger institution, typically larger institutions offer a wider variety of programs. Like I mentioned, Kennesaw is a larger institution. We're the third largest in Georgia, and it offers over 190-degree programs. Most smaller schools don't offer as many programs as a larger institution would. So it really depends on what the program or what the student is looking for in a college, whether they want a smaller college or a larger one. It just depends on their needs and what they want out of the institution.
So I noticed that in the presentation, your institutions doesn't require a recommendation letter, right? So are there any other options like, and also you mentioned about English proficiency requirements. So are there English proficiency requirements such as TOEFL or IELTS? Are there any alternative options? You already mentioned Duolingo is accepted.
So yes, on our website, we have a list of tests for English proficiency that we will accept. TOEFL and IELTS are a popular option. We do not accept Duolingo as valid proof of English proficiency. However, students can take SAT or ACT, which they'll need to take that anyways as part of the admissions process. So that can cover both their standardized test and English proficiency test as well.
Okay, great. So, what advice would you give to students from Mongolia who are considering applying to Kennesaw State University?
Some advice I'd give is to apply early if you are interested in coming. I mentioned we are participating in Apply to College Month, so it is free. So it's you won't have to pay to apply. Apply early, ask questions early, look in detail at our website to make sure that the admissions requirements, you meet the admissions requirements. Make sure that the institution that you're applying for meets what you're wanting as a student and that you're getting the best out of the institution. So apply early, make sure the institution meets you, what you're looking for and that you know the admissions requirements and deadlines.
Mhm. And students most interested about internship opportunities. So, are there internship or career opportunities for international students during or after their studies? OPT,
Yes.
like
Yes, so Kennesaw hosts two large career fairs in the spring and fall semester for students to apply for, or not to apply for, but to attend. We host Fortune 500 companies from Atlanta that come to Kennesaw. So companies like Delta, Coca-Cola, financial technology companies, IT companies, they come and talk to students about internships, co-ops, job opportunities. So students will work with the International Student and Scholar Services Office to make sure that they are meeting the requirements and that they follow the guidelines for an OPT and CPT once they've graduated.
okay. Next question is, what housing options are available for international students on campus, especially freshman year?
Yes. So international students can apply for on-campus housing. We have several on-campus housing options for students. We do have what we call the University Village. It is a apartment style, so it is a 4-bedroom, 4-bath. So the student will have their bedroom and bathroom to themselves, and then they will share a common area or a common space, such as the living room, a full kitchen, and then a washer and dryer. We also have a University Village Suites where it's 2 bedrooms and they share a kitchenette. So there are different options for international students or first-year students to apply for on-campus housing.
Thank you. Next question is about the CSS profile. So could you please let us know whether submitting the CSS profile is required as part of the application process?
I'm sorry, the CSS profile.
File.
Can you tell me a little bit about what that is?
File. Uh, thesis profile is financial document. Students fill out the they have to fill out in order to enroll the U.S. institutions. So they don't have to.
So I would recommend that the students, for information about that profile, to speak with an International Student and Scholar Services office. So that office within a university, they work with things such as funding, financial, or visa statuses.
CSS stands out College Scholarship Service. Okay, great. So next question is about what support services does the International Student Office provide to help students adjust to life in the United States?
Yes. So some advising offices that we have tutoring services for students that can help them for their major. We also have what we call a smart center. It helps students with things such as math, science, anything technology, so helping them with their classes. Then we also have a program or a office where it helps students integrate into college life. So it's more of a peer-to-peer type of support. So you will get a peer mentor, someone around your age or a year older that will help you integrate into college life. They'll help you with your classes. They'll help make sure that you are integrating into college as a first-year student.
Okay, thank you. And I think here is the end of our webinar. So thank you everyone for joining today's webinar, and special thanks again to Casey Morales, who is the admissions recruiter for transfer and international enrollment services at Kennesaw State University, for sharing these insights with our students in Mongolia. And thank you so much. And before we end off our webinar, I'd like to remind all of the students again, as part of Apply to College Month, Kennesaw State University is waiving the $40 application fee from March 1st to March 31st. So students can apply for during this entire month, and please take advantage of this opportunity. Please apply to Kennesaw State University. And one question is, what's the deadline of the, do you have any deadline for fall admission?
Yes. So for fall admissions for international students, the deadline is July 1st.
So before July 1st, please apply, if possible, before the 31st of January, not January, March, right? So application fee is waived. So if you would like to learn more about studying in the United States, please feel free to contact Education USM Mongolia and for upcoming our events. And we hope to see you again in our future sessions. So have a wonderful day, everyone. And special thanks to Casey Morales again. Thank you for joining our webinar. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Have a good night. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah, I'm going to end our live session. Okay. So
Thank you.
it will be uploaded our YouTube channel, and so students can watch it later. They can. So thank you. Have a good day.